Good afternoon. Welcome and thank you very much for attending our 2017 Autumn Memorial Service of the Konko Church of Chicago. Konko Daijin taught us, practice faith, receive divine blessing by practicing faith. Then not only you, but also your grandchildren, great-grandchildren, even generations far into the future can receive divine blessings. The spirit of your ancestor will be able to rest in peace because you receive divine blessing by practicing your belief faithfully. All the blessing you have ever received will stay with you forever. Therefore, build as solid a foundation of blessing as faithfully as you can during your life here on earth. Today we honor our forebears and other departed souls. Let's invite them to draw close to us, their family members who are alive today. May they gather close to us and help bridge the peace and joy of our heart with theirs. In this way, we receive common blessing that enrich us all, present and departed at this present moment. This morning, just after midnight, I offer prayers honoring the Mitama spirit of the family and friends who are closely associated with this church. I also offer special prayer to honor those Mitama spirits who are the victim of tragedies such as wars, terrorist attacks, accidents, and natural disasters like recent flood in northern Kyushu, Japan, and the devastating Hurricane Harvey in Texas. Let's also pray for the Hurricane Irma in Florida at this moment. I have extended my appreciation to the newly departed, dearly beloved Mitama spirit who died this year. Kuntong no Mitama, January 10th. Haley Michael no Mitama, February 15th. Sato Asuka no Mitama, February 21st. Akagi Isu no Mitama, April 16th. Rambros Louis no Mitama, April 21st. Jofo Fujiko no Mitama, May 10th. Ogata Taneko no Mitama, May 26th. Furia Setsuo Ushi no Mitama, June 17th. Mori Yoshie no Mitama, July 23rd. Takada Yoshihiro no Mitama, August 8th. Matsunaga Satoe no Mitama, September 7th. Korie Toshiharu no Mitama, September 7th. I also honor the immortal dearly beloved Mitama spirits who have memorial anniversary during the latter half of this year. Reiki Mina no Mitama, third memorial September 7th. Morokuma Mitsuye no Mitama, 25th memorial September 14th. Nuperu Sharon no Mitama, first memorial September 18th. Sugano Ahiko no Mitama, 5th memorial October 4th. Nakai Roberto no Mitama, 10th memorial October 7th. Fourth Ruth no Mitama, 25th memorial November 22nd. Driver Dorothy no Mitama, 1st memorial December 9th. Morokuma Shiro no Mitama, 40th memorial December 13th. Hisamatsu Yaeko no Mitama, 1st memorial December 18th. I invited them all to attend today's service and truly believe they heard and are listening to us now. I'm sure they must be pleased of being in your company. Our founder taught, when people die, they are reunited with Kami. Our physical body may die, but the Mitama spirit keeps on living. The body came from the earth and we return to the earth, while the spirit, which was the energy given by Kami, sustain our life on earth, return to Kami. Dying the separating of your body to release your spirit back to its eternal condition. The earthly life of our late Prime Minister, Reverend Soichiro Otsubo, sought and portrayed the very essence of our founder's faith throughout every day of his life. He proved by example in his life that true faith is a daily demonstration of this belief that there is a process of life, which is the active working of the divine parent wish to guide our path of life in each and everything that happened to us, easy or difficult. Through constant communication and cooperation with Kami, Reverend Otsubo developed his faith step by step, respecting everything that happened in his life to the fullest. Living that kind of reality in this world sincerely and faithfully, he came to understand clearly the Mitama spirit in the invisible world beyond. He said the next world is pitch dark. Therefore, we need to polish the dam of our heart to receive divine light while we are here on this world. Thus, we can live a happy life in this world and a bright eternity in the next. Mitama spirit do not direct, manipulate actions in this world. There have been a lot of belief from very ancient times that people believe that whatever happened to us is a working of Mitama spirit. Even today, a lot of Japanese people believe that phenomena which cannot be explained is a working of Mitama spirit. In fact, that is totally wrong. No. All of these incidents are Kami's doing. Kami uses tricks of illusion of heaven and earth by using appearances of Mitama spirits in order to guide humans to real happiness. This is an epoch-making discovery about the life of spirits beyond which we call in Japanese Mitama. The Konko faith makes very clear the relationship between Kami, Mitama spirits, and living humans. Our founder taught the divine virtue will be with you even after death and passed down to future generations. It can be received by anyone who practices faith. Divine virtue is never exhausted. Divine virtue is surely meant to be with us to the next world. In this world, we can supposedly buy anything we want to help us live a happy life when we have enough money. In the same way, we can live free, active lives in the next world as relieved and delightful Mitama spirit in the world of mutual reliance with Kami when we bring divine virtue in the next world. But we cannot send the divine virtue to the human world. Therefore, we have to acquire divine virtue and bring it into the next world for our own. On the other hand, descendants should reveal divine virtue that pass down to them and accumulate divine virtue through practicing true faith, and thereby honor the ancestral spirit. Then the ancestors will be pleased, blessed, and more delighted in the next world, as they are remembered and appreciated in this world. Through concordance mediation, we should offer prayers as faithfully as possible in order for Mitama spirit deepen their peaceful and joyful heart and live happy and prosperous lives in the next blessed world. As I said before, this year we have had more Mitama spirit related to us than usual who died this year. Kuntong, who lived in Thailand, was an aunt of Im-san. Mr. Michael Haley was the husband of Mr. Ben Bo's sister. Ms. Asuka Sato was the daughter of the believer of the Konko Church of Chicago, Mr. Nagayoshi Hiyoshi. I met her in Japan last year when I visited Konko Church of Chicago. She had been diagnosed with breast cancer. I offer sincere prayer for her lady after I been told of her illness. The entire time she did her best to deepen peace and joy in her heart to the end. I believe her Mitama spirit continue to deepen peace and joy in the next world, believing it helps support her two precious children have happy lives in this world. Mrs. Fujiko Joho was the mother-in-law of Ms. Jun-hee Park, who was a teacher of Japanese for both Mitsunori and Daichi when they studied in her high school class. Mr. Louis Lambros was the father of Mr. Greg Lambros, who has kindly joined us in our ceremonies with Oba-san and taken our group photos. Mrs. Shizu Akagi was an honest believer in the Konko Church of Portland. She was a role model of Konko believers and very kind to us while our family lived in Portland, Oregon. Reverend Setsuo Furuya was the father of my wife, Kanako. He served Kamian people as an associate minister of the Konko Church of Chicago for 35 years. Mrs. Yoshie Mori was an earnest believer. She lived in Nagoya and was a seeker of true faith. She read my article in the booklet titled Ayokakyo, A Mutual Alliance, which is a quarterly publication for the Konko believers throughout Japan. She came to see Reverend Soichiro Otsuba at the Konko Church of Chicago, and was soon captivated by his faith. She rented an apartment near Konko Church of Chicago and visited the church every day to learn the essence of our founder's faith from Reverend Otsuba. Always with smile, she deepened her faith and lived a pleasant life for 100 years. Today we are having the 50th day unification service for Mitama Spirit as well. Mr. Yoshihiro Takada was the father of Mrs. Sari Takada Hardson, who lives in Michigan with her family and sometimes came here to seek mediation. She and her husband, Shibi-san, expertly play very impressive music for our church's 55th anniversary celebration 3 years ago. It is clear that sooner or later, all of us surely enter the next world, or come to live only a spiritual life someday. Through praying for those Mitama spirits, I couldn't help but wonder about human life. What is the purpose of life? What should we do in this world during the so limited lifespan? Is it okay to work just for food and clothing for 50 or 80 years? Is it okay to just pass through this world without accomplishing a single thing? When we think this life, which passes like a dream, like a vision, we must be seized more and more by thought of loneliness, sadness, mustn't we? Don't you think so? We should try to clearly see what Kami's will is for us. We should wake up and live Kami's eternal, everlasting will. This is what Kami wishes we humans to practice faith and polish the dam of our heart toward our peace and joy and have our lives full of life with Kami. The peaceful, joyful heart is the essential foundation for human happiness. I'm now practicing faith to deepen peace and joy in my heart 24 hours a day, awake or asleep, to embody the divine reminder. I now come to realize everything that happened in my life, small or big, I can feel is the very working of Kami to help me reflect Kami's wish to develop peace and joy in my heart to the fullest. I know for certain that I am born into this world to make it clear that this is the very point. Then a perfect feeling of leaping for joy will sometimes wells up in me. With that joy, I cannot help but pray for the true world peace and have an earnest desire to serve Kamian people with all my heart. Thank you.